Okay. Let's get going. Hey, Sam. All right, let me bring up our April deliverables. So we're more than halfway through the month. So theoretically, anything below 50% is running behind, right? So let's just go through all the ones that are 50 and below. And see if we can unblock you. Leo.
I'll be working on the decentralization roadmap this week. So I was thinking that, so haven't really started working on the document. So I was doing, like you can say, I was doing the research. That's why it's only at 10%. For the Elastic RPC on SHA-1, so this is a revised goal for this month. So we decided to, previously I want to launch it on our testnet and also POC, but we make a stretch goal. We want to launch into production on SHA-1 specifically. So because SHA-1, we preparing the SHA-1 for the game to be launched on SHA-1. So on SHA-0, we understand that actually there'll be more work because of the real load, a lot of load there. We don't want to disrupt the current production system. We need more time to test and evaluate. So, but on SHA-1, I think the DB is small. We should be able to do as a first step. It's a much better roadmap to launch a final Elastic RPC by starting with the SHA-1. So that's why it's a little bit revised. So it's only 35%, but still ongoing pretty well. So also I changed the goal this month for the from the service SLA to the iToken launch. So iToken was successfully launched last week. So it's been well received, and we did the AMA and also received a few feedback from the community, and people started the application process already. So which is good.
Great. Thanks, Leo. Okay. Who's up next? Ganesha.
Yeah, I mean, more progress has been made on the second and third item. But the first one, next 2 weeks, mostly will be spent on that. So you should see considerable progress on that front. Yeah, the second and third item we are planning to launch soon, like probably sometime this week. They both should reach like 100% soon. And the first item, yeah, I'll focus more this week and also the next week.
Okay. Yuri.
Hey guys. So last week I have worked on launch improved security Horizon Bridge version. So and validators monitoring service. This week we're planning to deploy a new version and switch to new system, to new configuration. So yes, this week both items should be done. And also I have started work on validators DAO proposal, this issue from Leo. So maybe we'll continue work with this or maybe finish this on next week.
Okay. Thanks, Yuri. Peter, an update from you?
Yeah, the first item there, completed it, and we might even reach over 100% on that one. Could be 4 deals from the list. Making progress in the value prop, and a lot of that has to do with market research, speaking with game devs, etc. And then on the last item, I think we'll be able to, by the end of this month, either come to a decision or actually write out contracts for the 2 items on that list. Hi, Kratos.
Okay.
So.
Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
All right, Jenya.
All right. For Explorer, I think we 100% this month, and also been busy with things not from the list. And for Trustless Bridge, we need contracts operating on testnet or locally. So I will ask for estimate the team.
Okay. Let's see, Sam, you're safe. Soph is not around. Boris.
Okay, no, I mean, that part is a little, I don't need a whole month to do that. I just need a couple of days. I just started, I had to stop for, keep working on the other thing. But at some point, I'm not stuck. I will come back later this week and finish it. So it will be fine. I just redirected to the fixed income, but the test cases will be there. I'm not stuck. I just haven't been able to go back to it, but it will be done by the next of the month.
Just give us an update.
In general,
on your three items.
No,
yeah.
I mean the fixed income. We are working heavily on that. Very good advance on the web app. The server is good. The contracts were reviewed by Ganesha, so no big changes there. So the server is already on the GitHub. I'm pushing new changes constantly. On the mobile side, I've been working with Hoshin. Yesterday, we had plenty of conversations trying to figure out how to close that framework. But if everything goes fine by the end of the week, the mobile framework will be also ready to test the contracts. Zero Knowledge University, I mean, it's the cohort is moving, right? It's just, we have to wait until it ends, but I'm being involved in helping the students in their final projects, so it's moving fine. Nothing too important, not a lot of change there. Just need to help the students and wait for the time to goes by. But the fixed income is moving very, very well. We just need to figure out the mobile part with Hoshun, but I'm confident we will figure out some solutions. So yeah, and the test cases will be ready by the end of the month. I will be back to that by the end of the week.
Okay, thanks, Boris. Yeah, when I call you, just give us an update on all three items, just so everyone knows what you're working on. Jack.
Hey guys. So we are having a little bit of refresher in the grant ops team. Also with that, we're getting extra help. So we're about halfway towards the 48-hour turnaround time. We're also doing a little bit more in terms of paying a lot more attention to a lot of the grantees that have been approved and making sure that we're following up, seeing whether they have any blockers, helping them reach the milestones and whatnot. As for the accelerator program, we have a couple of good news from some teams that have lead investors that's established already. And on the infrastructure side, we're launching our third RPC partner with QuickNode. So doing some launch prep, making some introductions to some of our ecosystem developers. So that way, when QuickNode launches, they'll have some news to announce that they've worked with some of the Harmony ecosystem builders. As for Covalent, it's already launched, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. So for the RPC infra partnership launch, this will be our second launch within 45 days. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice, thanks, Jack. Okay, Adrian's not around. Abi's in Amsterdam. Daniel.
Hey guys. First on the list is publishing 4 one-weekly newsletters. Matt's been doing a great job there. I've been helping out with editing and finalizing them. We have 2 newsletters that have gone out. Last one went out on Friday, and I think we sent a tweet about it today. So I'm 50% done there since we have 2 weeks to go. Second one is create 1 draft and 2 final 1-weekly scripts for a video series. So if anyone's unaware, we're looking to launch a weekly video series for One Weekly. So we'll have one format in writing, the other format in video on YouTube. It's not final. We're still working with a videographer and someone who's extremely talented and eager to launch this, but it's not set in stone yet. But I did work on that draft script for the pitch video he created. We received a copy of it over the weekend. It looked great. Some improvements, we found some areas for improvements, but overall it's fantastic. So I'm at 33% there. And finally, leading weekly social media campaigns for team highlights. We've been on a roll with our AMAs, being hosted by the community DAO, being hosted on Reddit. And there's a couple of other things that we have in mind as well for the rest of the month. But that's going pretty well. I'm at 50% there. And I think that wraps up my 3 items.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I've watched the teaser for the video. It's going to be great. I think the community is going to love it. Okay, it's no Harmony video. It's no Harmony Garage, Sam, but you know, it's pretty good. Okay.
And
Danny...
hello to Kratos.
Okay, Danny is not here. Hakwan's not here. Matt's not here. Essa's also, I think, in LA. Let's see. Max. Max here?
Max is off. We can say that.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, he's off. I'm sorry. Constantine is here. Sorry, I'm going through all the tiles to see who's here.
Okay.
There you go.
Hello. I was working on an important task. We have some block insertion issues, and I was trying to fix them. But lately, we found more important task. We have some problems with transactions, and sometimes we may lose them. So I switched to another task, and right now I'm working on it, and I guess I found some problems, and I'm going to fix them today or tomorrow. So I've already updated my state, and it's active right now.
Okay. Thank you, Brian.
It's the first, the report is coming well, and that will easily be done in time. The Mainnet launches is the only thing that I'm really sort of sketch about, meaning that there are a few projects where the Mainnet launch is imminent that I've been talking to, but whether they will occur by the end of the month, I can encourage them to do it, and I can give them some guidance, but a lot of it will be dependent on dev and where they want to promote in their community and everything else. So that's the one thing that may very well happen, but it also might not. As far as improving for 10 new metaverse grants, that's easy, and I think I'm going to be over 100% within the next couple of days.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Tom. You're on mute, I think.
Yeah, we extend 2 offers last week. We're working on the statement of work, and 1 offer is pending. Yeah, so also working on the leadership trainings and the performance coaching programs. So approved to offer leadership training to all core members. So there's some options, either Berkeley Executive Education or Stanford Berkeley Executive Education programs. And also I'm in the process of talking with a performance coach to possibly invite the performance coach to our offsite to give us some on-site trainings.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, moving on to our full-time fellows. Z's not here, Aaron's not here. Victor.
Oh, hi guys. Yeah, just quick update. I've got Gnosis multi-sig working on my development environment. So I'm just ironing out a few issues. There's something around being able to send the transaction back over. So interacting with the smart contracts are fine. 1.3.0, no issues there. I had to make a few changes to the solution so it would work on Harmony, but looks like it's about 70% there. In terms of the Everscan API docs, I've got a Swagger file of about, I think, 80 different API endpoints, which I'll be publishing onto GitHub just to create some issues for there. So that's about 80% done. Close off 10 high impact Explorer issues. I'm at 10% for that one. So yeah, getting there. The one that I'm looking at now is just around proxy contracts for tokens. So that's a one pretty critical one that a lot of people are raising. So if you deploy a contract that's a proxy for a token, it won't show up on the Explorer. So I'm just working on that one.
All right, thanks, Victor. Okay, Sergey.
Hello. I have almost finished the dark theme for desktop version, and I think it will be ready by the end of the week. It is 80% complete. After that, I'm going to finish the mobile version. I will need 2 days of that, which is currently on 20%. When I finish the dark theme for mobile version, I will be able to move on by the validator's proposal. It will take 4 days. I think it is now on 50%.
Okay. Thank you, Sergey. Tej is not here. Sochi.
His stage is in Japan time zone, so he'll not be
Okay, it's not
able
gonna
to
be.
attend. But I can update. Like he almost finished with the Vault BTC Bridge Vault incentive implementation. I'm currently reviewing it. The plan is to release sometime this week. So that is 85%. And staking design, he already doing back and forth with me and other person to finalize the design. And he's just started to work on the implementation of the staking feature for BTC Bridge. The idea there is staking won't be launched like this month, but at least we want to achieve code completion for that feature. But other like the Vault incentive is planned to release soon.
Got it. Thanks, Ganesha. Leah, do you have any updates for Sochi?
I don't. So she is
Okay.
report to Soph. So I know he's
Okay.
with some of the operational work.
Okay. And what about Xiaoping?
So Xiaopeng, he's working with Soph and Howdy to test the HIP 16, which is a 60% max key per shard. The goal is still to launch it the code is being changed. It's been PR, but still need a lot of testing, especially because it result related with the staking slot for provider. That's why we need to be more careful. And the allow list of the external leader not started yet, but still in the plan. So he was focusing on the configurable asset privacy. It's called the CAPE. It's part of a Planck library. We plan to deploy it on Harmony testnet. We're working with the Espresso system team to get its support. And then also we're working with them to provide some of the tutorial and joint maybe hackathon with the KP. Yeah, that's for the, so I think this one probably like 50% for the last item. Yeah, he's already running, is working on the local setup.
Got it. Thanks, Leo. I should have asked all the managers to fill in for folks who are not on the call. Daniel, do you have any updates for Nick?
I don't. I do know that Nick is back in action. You know, with him having lived in Ukraine at the start of everything that's going on, he's been handling personal matters, but he is back in action, thank goodness, and doing well. As for his deliverables, I believe they're up to date. I will need to follow up with him. Our one-on-one is on Thursday, so I'll certainly have more then.
Great. Thank you, Daniel. Rachel, you're good. Mikey is not on the call. Sam, do you have any updates?
Yeah, so for Mikey, he's putting together the framework for the matching down basic DAO. He has a meeting on track with Maddie around the basic DAO. It's a little bit more complicated than most of our DAOs because of the responsibilities that the basic DAO will take. And so those are actually progressing well. The 10 categorical description for Harmony DAOs ties back into our One DAO Council project that you've seen deliverables both for myself and for Devin on. This is really our opportunity to listen in and talk with the various different DAOists and our communities about what is working, what is not working, and how can we make everything better. And part of this is kind of categorizing the needs of the community into 10 main verticals. So he's been working on that. His last item there about the DAO funding pipeline going down to 0 in the to review and less than 5 in the need info. So we are, because we're doing a strategic revision of the DAO program, we're slowing down our immediate DAO fundings right now to make sure that everything that we do is consistent both with what we've talked about before, as well as what will be launched soon. And so while he's continually reviewing and continuing communicating, we are not pressing really hard to get DAOs funded before the end of the month that are not self-evident. Like if it's a self-evident, great project, great plan, everything comes together perfectly, then terrific, but we're not chasing vanity metrics anymore as far as like getting 10,000 DAOs launched. So that's important to understand. And so that gives you the upgrade with Mikey. In general, he's doing a great job.
Excellent. Thank you, Sam. Let's see, moving down the list, we have PJ not here, Al, Skylar, I think Daniel, you're gonna arrange to speak to him to sync. Dan's not around. So Kelly is going to be joining us starting next week. She's going to be helping us with various PR and press efforts. Matthew, Daniel, any updates?
Yeah, Matthew is going to be joining us next Monday for his first time on our All Hands. For anyone watching, if they're unfamiliar with Matthew, Matthew is a new contributor who's brought on specifically for the One Weekly articles that we're putting out here. So this should be up to date, published for One Weekly articles, 50%, conduct 2 team member interviews for content. Originally it was 4, I felt it was a little too aggressive considering all the work that he has on his plate, brought that down to 2. He's starting the conversation with our colleague for that Q&A and creating 2 scripts for One Weekly video series. I'm helping him out with that one. That one we can, I need to 33% actually. Yeah, 33%, same as mine.
For the video one?
For the third, yeah, please.
We didn't do, we gotta do round it up to 5.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, who else do we have here? Is Rob on the call? Nope.
I'm
Flu.
here.
Oh, you're.
Amanda.
Oh, hey,
Sorry.
Amanda. I'm sorry.
Hi. No, that's fine. I would say for the event bookkeeping structure, we're about 60% done with that. Operations, I would say we're sitting at about 15%. And women in Web3, I would say it's 80%.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thanks, Amanda. Okay, I didn't see Rob on the call, Flu. Artem, is Artem on the call?
I can give some updates for Flu.
Go for it.
So the permissionless plan is the plan for the event in, I think it's West Palm Beach, that he's going to be working on leading up. So he's putting that together. I would figure he's about, let me double check the timeline on this. So this is middle of May 15th, May 17th or so. The last time I talked to him, which was last week, he said that things were coming along well. So I'd actually put that about 25%. Rather than 10. The 10 grantees, he's communicating with these, including for the Project Wise, to help make sure that they have what they need to move forward. And I think we are at a solid 60% for that one. And then the establishing communication channels with 50 ecosystem projects, we're actually closer to 50% on that one. Every week, of course, we have a meeting with Flu and Give and Jack and myself to talk about what the ecosystem needs and making sure that the various different infrastructure requirements that a DeFi project would need or a GameFi project would need, that we have those in place and we're paying really good attention to what these projects are asking for. Flu's position is as a ecosystem advocate. And so Kratos and anyone else who's listening, Flu is going to be a great person for you to reach out to and say, hey, can Harmony help us with this as they get launched?
All right. Thank you, Sam. I didn't see Artem on the call. Jackie.
So basically, I'm currently the stream sync is in the last debugging issue, which is the no periodically get out of sync on testnet. After fix the bug, I can directly go to the next step, which is the test on shard chain on mainnet. But currently, the bug is blocking the issue, and I have tried several ways to mitigate it. Actually, 3 ways, but it's all just seems to cannot resolve the issue. I might need some help from RJ or Max.
Okay, thanks, Jackie. Okay, moving on to our part-time friends. Let's see who's here. Jarvis, I don't see. Chuck, I see you. But you're good.
Yeah, was that Shaq or Jack?
Chuck, yeah, it's Chuck.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, so I am here. All my goals, we've pivoted a couple of goals to support the mission in which Sam alluded to a little bit earlier, with the kind of just redesign and everything with the DAO ops. And so I've adjusted those goals to one, the 3 DAO tools that need to be onboarded in order to create the overall onboarding process. I'm 75% through on that. 2, the first guidebook, interactive guidebook for basic proof of knowledge for DAOs. We're going to do with basic DAO. We're roughly 75%. We're just waiting to start the work. It's a 2-day turnaround, so I'd say 70% on that. And then the last one being the messaging and community messaging, kind of clearing up the sentiment towards the DAO program as it's now, and making sure that we are all in all up and up with the community. I'm just putting that framework to paper, and so I'm about 80% done with that.
All right, Chuck, I'm going to let you update these because I think I misunderstood the numbers, but all good. Okay, Bryant, Eli, Rosa, Juan.
All right. First is 100% ready, review the 20 grant. Second is around 60%, yeah. And third is still 0, because I didn't start to publish the conference plan, working on it with the team. So as soon as we get advanced, we will move that 0.
Okay, thank you, Juan. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
I think Did I leave anyone out? Anyone else here that I didn't call? I don't think so.
We have a new hire. I want to introduce. Yeah.
Oh, go for it. Do the intros.
Yeah, we have we have Bruce here. Welcome. He'll be joining us as like a full-time fellow working under me. He's basically a graduate from Colorado State University, referred by Devin. Thank you. And he's an expert in Solidity. He has experience building products like Aave, Borrowland applications, various DeFi products. So he'll be initially helping with the smart contract parts of various products like fixed income, bridges, etc. So I will let welcome again, Bruce. I'll let Bruce to give some more intro.
Hi, yes, great to be here, everyone. Yeah, I think Ganesha covered it pretty well, but for a bit of experience with a lot of different smart contract services, DeFi tools, and whatnot. And excited to be here and work with all of you.
Welcome, Bruce. We're excited to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. What else, Daniel?
Yeah, so pivoting from the 3 deliverables of mine, wanted to make a mention of something pretty important. So we've been seeing an uptick in theft reports recently, especially after Google released their announcement about the 0-day vulnerability on Chrome. I think there was another one for Edge as well. Not that Google released that one, but a separate 0-day vulnerability for Edge. Ever since then, more reports have been trickling in, unfortunately. And also, unfortunately, as we all know, thefts in the crypto space is not uncommon, especially for software wallets. There's software vulnerabilities, there's malware, there's social engineering even, has nothing to do with code or software. So all that being said, we've drafted and we're releasing a public service announcement specifically on security, wallet security, best practices, and so on. And the TLDR basically is, since the original notice that we released back in January, I want to say January 4th or January 2nd, as the first week, we've partnered with a handful of cybersecurity firms and some white hat hackers, because that's like around the time when the report started to trickle in. The cybersecurity firms, they're looking at the thefts from an investigation kind of standpoint, trying to figure out who may be behind this or the people who may be behind some of these thefts, while the white hat hackers have been reviewing the wallet itself, the Harmony Chrome extension wallet. And one of the white hat hackers is actually an engineering lead for the cybersecurity team on a very well-known social media platform. He's kind of well-known in the space. And unfortunately, no vulnerability has been found in the Chrome extension that would have released access to private keys. But that being said, and we'll share more in the PSA, but that being said, because of the upticks in the thefts, because the Chrome extension is no longer being supported at the end of life, we're going to be scheduling the unlisting of that Chrome extension. And we're looking at possibly the first week of May or the last week of this month. I'm leaning towards the first week of May, but there's some discussion that has to be had internally. Existing installations won't magically disappear once we unlist it from the Chrome web store. Existing extensions installed in one's browser will remain. All the disclaimers that you currently see will remain as well, but new installs won't be possible. So anyone who might have their, let's say they installed their Chrome extension at one point, they saved their private key or they saved their seed phrase and they uninstalled the Chrome extension, if they cannot reinstall it because it's unlisted, they can go to MetaMask and import their account there. our suggestion, of course, always is going to be the safest option, and that's hardware wallet. But there'll be more in the PSA, and there'll be more to read there. So that's the high level on what we're going to be talking about. And just want to say to everyone, stay safe out there. If you're using passwords in your wallets to secure them, please make sure your passwords are lengthy. And we're looking at minimum 14 characters, letters, uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, the works. So please stay safe out there.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Any other announcements? Questions? Concerns? Sam, come on, I know you've got something. You always have
You saw
something.
me thinking. You saw me thinking there. Well, there are two things. Thing number one is just a little bit of a heads up to the larger community. A project that Devin, Chalk, myself, Rachel, Mikey are all working on is this One DAO Council. There are a lot of pieces that we're pulling together to make this work. So just pay attention. Our goal is to launch that officially for external communications, to publish that May 1st, and then to implement it July 1st. But it's going to be really good. And part of this is really creating a very strong feedback mechanism for the community to talk to us about DAOs. The other thing really quickly, just to highlight, anybody who is a signatory of a DAO, either in here on the all hands or out there listening, join us tomorrow morning at 9:15. You can reach out to Rachel, send her your email address. We'll send you the calendar invite for our open DAO operations call. This is a situation where these signatories, or what we used to call governors, have an opportunity to talk to us directly and say, hey, can we get A, B, and C? Stuff like, Victor, I heard you chatting about the multi-sig. Can't wait for that Gnosis multi-sig to be top shelf. That's very exciting to hear. So that's the sort of stuff that we'll be talking about tomorrow. So please join us. Finally, I just did want to flag, I will be out of the office and not working for about 10 days, the remainder of this month. Don't know when that's going to happen, given the fact that there are only about 12 days left, but it is supposed to happen. I was asked to do that. So there you go. So please, I have a fantastic team. Devin, Rachel, and Chalk are all on the call. Mikey's also a fantastic team member. So DAOs will not stop while I'm not in the office. So you can always refer your messages to that fantastic team.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Give.
Anything else?
So I have a small request. We have a new bounty created and asking for testing for a new RPC endpoint. We set up to separate the get log endpoint. So the bounty is already created and approved. So can evolve up to 20%, do a week in 1 week to test the new RPC endpoint. So the bounty is already in our bounty repository. Yeah, just let people know that.
Thanks, Leo. Rachel, did you have something?
Just two things. So just to piggyback off of what Sam had mentioned, we have our open DAO Ops call tomorrow. Anyone listening to this call, you can reach out to me on Twitter or Telegram. My handle is Rachel B. Harmony on both. Just let me know what DAO you're a signatory on and your email. And other than that, if any of you guys are in the Bay Area, we are having an Ambassador DAO event at Atlas this week on Tuesday. You're all more than welcome to come. And yeah, about our call tomorrow, the Open DAO Ops call, it's a really good opportunity for DAO signatories to get engaged in the community discussion surrounding DAOs. We had a really productive conversation last week where we started talking about measuring metrics of success for DAOs and different methods for, moving forward, like how to measure their treasury allocation, signatory hours and contributions, milestones met for the month, and future milestones. So we actually created a talk post from that discussion, which is called DAO Reporting Discussion on the talk forum, if anyone wants to check that out. And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, anyone else? Nope. All good. Just a reminder, the April deliverables for folks watching this video, you can always visit that. It's public on harmony.one/APR for April. Okay. If there's nothing else, I'm going to send you to the breakout rooms. Have a great week, everyone.